The NFL may love its traditional and old-school charm, but that doesn't stop players from adding some wild style to their kicks. We're talking about cleats that make you do a double take, from fiery designs to ones that light up the turf like a disco party. Literally. And you bet Stefon Diggs with his Betty White cleats made the list. Stefon Diggs Betty White Tribute. Back in 2022, Stefon Diggs showed up wearing some seriously detailed Betty White-themed cleats. Yeah, you heard that right, Betty White, the beloved comedian and actress who bid us farewell at the end of 2021. These cleats were a work of art. On one, there was an incredibly detailed depiction of Betty White herself, flashing the classic rock on hand sign. I mean, how cool is that? And on the other cleat, in bold, striking red letters, it simply said, "Thank you for being a friend." You know, the theme song from the Golden Girls, the show that had us all in stitches. It was a touching tribute to an absolute icon. You can't help but marvel at the creativity and genuine love that went into crafting those cleats. Who would have thought you could bring heartfelt nostalgia to the football field in such a unique way, right? But wait, there's more to Stefon Diggs than just the Betty White tribute. This star wide receiver isn't one to shy away from sporting some truly wild cleat designs. Stefon Diggs' support for veterans. An unforgettable instance was when he decided to show immense love to a die-hard Bills fan and Army veteran named Cameron Mapps. You see, Stefon Diggs is all about championing programs like the Call of Duty Endowment, which helps veterans secure high-paying jobs after their military service. So what did Diggs do? He whipped up a seriously awesome pair of custom cleats in honor of Cameron's personal and military accomplishments. These weren't your run-of-the-mill cleats, my friend. They're decked out in military green, covered in medals, logos, and even had a nod to Cameron's hobbies, such as playing the guitar. These weren't mass-produced. No, an artist named Dan Gamat hand-painted these bad boys, and let me tell you, they turned out absolutely amazing. Diggs even crafted an identical pair to present to Cameron himself. And now that I think of it, Antonio Brown has got quite the reputation for making waves with his cleats, doesn't he? The man has always been a trendsetter, walking that fine line between style and the NFL's strict footwear regulations. Antonio Brown's cleats. Remember those baby blue beauties he rocked adorned with pictures of his 4 kids? Man, they were a heartwarming sight, but alas, the color scheme didn't quite match, and they had to go. But you know what they say, when one door closes, another opens. Brown swiftly transitioned to his black and yellow custom-designed cleats to keep things in sync with his Steelers uniform. And let's not forget that epic pair, paying homage to the legendary Muhammad Ali back in 2016. Those kicks featured a cartoon of the boxing icon, a buzzing yellow bumblebee, and that iconic quote, "Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee." They were a real knockout. But trust the NFL rulemakers, those had to go too. When it comes to unforgettable cleats, this pair truly takes the cake. Who would have thought that a charitable foundation and a killer pair of kicks would come together so seamlessly? Jalen Ramsey and Derwin James' heroic cleats. Jalen Ramsey, the NFL star with style, laced up these jaw-dropping cleats to support the Safety Corner Foundation, a noble cause he co-founded with his college buddy Derwin James. These two gridiron pals go way back to their Florida State University days, and together they've set out to make a difference. But let's talk about those cleats. They're not your ordinary kicks. They're out-of-this-world creations by the talented artist Coda Customs. Coda is renowned for transforming cleats into unique works of art, and in this case, they went all out. They turned Jalen Ramsey into the Black Panther and Derwin James into the Hulk, making these some of the funkiest, most eye-popping shoes you've ever laid eyes on. But you know who else was soaring high like a bee with his cleat game? George Kittle's Taps tribute. George Kittle is not just a beast on the field, but a guy with a heart of gold, too. He paid tribute to an incredible organization called TAPS, which stands for Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors. This program is all about helping folks who've lost loved ones in the military, providing them with comfort, support, and resources during those tough times. Now let's talk about those cleats. They were not only ferocious in design, but also packed with symbolism. Kittle rocked some Nike Alpha Menace Elite 2s painted in military green. And the details? Oh, they were on point. On the side of the cleats, you'd spot the recognized military shark teeth design. The TAPS logo? Yep, it was right there on the strap. Plus, Kittle's number 85 proudly marked the outer heel of those kicks. When it comes to wild cleats, OBJ unquestionably wears the crown. And if you're not already in the know, well, you might want to smash that like button and hit that subscribe button for more awesome Super Bowl content. OBJ's Grinch-themed cleats. You gotta love OBJ's reputation for his wild and sometimes downright bizarre cleats. But did you hear about the time he rocked a pair inspired by the Grinch? Yeah, my guy went all festive with his footwear. Speaking of the famous Christmas character, he's inspired some seriously wild custom sports footwear, like Kobe Bryant's 6s. But wait, these Grinch-themed kicks take it to a whole new level. I mean, we're talking about a pair of shoes that are practically covered in fuzzy green fur. They're so over the top that they might as well come straight from the North Pole. And the clever part? There's this awesome white and red candy cane detailing, almost like the Grinch himself left his mark. OBJ would have definitely prayed for dry field conditions, because if it were a rainy, muddy game day, those Grinch-themed kicks might have transformed into something closer to grizzly bear or Bigfoot customs. And just when you thought OBJ couldn't get any crazier with his cleats, here's a howler for you. Dog-inspired kicks. Yeah, you read that right. OBJ's dog-inspired cleats. Now, these weren't just any dog-themed cleats. They were inspired by his 4 American Pit Bull Terriers. He rocked these unique beauties during the NFL's My Cause, My Cleats campaign, a week where all the rules about footwear go out the window and players can wear whatever they please on their feet in Week 13, all for a cause close to their hearts. Those dog-inspired cleats had a golden upper that perfectly matched the color of a pup's coat. To add to the whimsy, they featured a dark brown toe or nose. And as if that wasn't enough, these cleats even sported a pair of fake ears to truly capture that comical doggy likeness. OBJ sure knows how to make a statement on the field. And then there was Kyle Rudolph with the Undertaker cleats. Kyle Rudolph's Undertaker cleats. It all went down back in October 2017 when Kyle Rudolph, then a Viking, now with the Buccaneers, decided to step up his cleat game. What did he go for? Well, he went full WWE mode with an incredible Undertaker-inspired look. Picture this. Silver awesomeness on a purple canvas. It was like a color explosion that perfectly matched the Vikings' primary colors. These cleats weren't just footwear. They were a shout-out to one of wrestling's biggest names. Kyle Rudolph didn't just catch footballs that day. He caught everyone's attention with this flashy and fitting tribute. If only The Undertaker himself could have made an appearance during an NFL game. That would have been something. Victor Cruz's tribute to New York City firefighters. Victor Cruz, during his New York Giants days, was not just a showstopper with his custom cleats, but a man with a message. He wasn't pleased with the NFL's habit of fining players for their custom cleats, and who could blame him when he was rocking seriously artistic kicks? One pair that turned heads was his Nike Vapor Carbons, a tribute to the New York City Fire Department. These beauties were decked out in red, silver, and gold, just like the NYC fire truck. Victor Cruz wasn't just making a fashion statement, he was honoring the real heroes of the city. Now that's what I call style with substance. We've definitely got to talk about another set of cleats that will blow your mind. And who else but Odell Beckham Jr. could pull off such a stunner? OBJ's diamond-studded cleats. Now let's talk about OBJ's diamond-studded cleats that made headlines during the 2022 Super Bowl. These jaw-dropping works of art were crafted by none other than Dominique Siamron, aka the Shoe Surgeon. But here's where it gets wild. Beckham's cleats weren't just bedazzled, they were bedazzled to the max. We're talking 1,494 white diamonds totaling a whopping 25 carats. But wait, there's more bling. 150 grams of 14-karat yellow gold. And to top it off, these cleats are made from royal blue and yellow python. I mean, seriously, if these aren't the most over-the-top cleats you've ever seen, we'd be absolutely shocked. And there you have it, a glimpse of the wildest cleats to ever hit the NFL field. Got a favorite NFL cleat that left you in awe? Share it in the comments below. Stay cleat-tastic, and we'll see you next time.